Now on to question number 5. Which of the following pairs of aqueous solutions will give a precipitate when mixed? So let me write down all of the following. It's an aqueous. So before I look up the solubility rules, first I'm just gonna write down all the reactions and what their expected products are gonna be. Actually, I'll just write down all the reactants to save time. Okay, so now let me try to write out the expected products. So if there is a double displacement reaction that occurs, hold on. For A, you end up with lithium hydroxide plus and to balance it, I'm gonna put a 2 in front of there. For this one, ACl. See how the junior tutor balanced it. Oh yeah, right. So this one has 2. And then we should be getting 6. And for this one, the expected product, if a double displacement were to occur, and then lastly, okay, so before we answer it, I'm going to look up the solubility table rules. So usually this is given in like in a midterm or a test. click a good quality one. Okay, so all of our soluble compounds, let me find a better one. Okay, so all our soluble compounds are basically all of the group 1A elements such as sodium, potassium, and lithium. Ammonium, NH4 are also soluble. All common salts containing acetate or nitrate are soluble. And then fluorine are soluble except those of silver, mercury, and lead. All compounds containing sulfate except those of barium. So basically, some are soluble, but there are like exceptions to almost all of them. So let's look at the first one. Since we have a lithium and we have barium hydroxide, so hydroxides are all soluble. So part A is soluble. This is the one that I was looking for. That's like a better quality. Let's just use this. So the first one's soluble. And then let's look at the second one. We have a phosphate, which is typically insoluble, except when it is with an NH4 and an alkali metal cation. So in this case, it'll form a precipitate. And then let's look at C. We have sodium with an acetate, which is soluble. But then we have mercury with chlorine. So chlorine is usually soluble, except when it is with silver, mercury, or lead. So this is insoluble and will form a precipitate. Then let's look at the last one. Silver here and calcium nitrate is soluble. And this is soluble as well. Okay, so let's see what our junior tutor said. So A is soluble. And then they also got that the calcium phosphate is not soluble. For this one, they said the mercury chloride was also soluble, but it should be insoluble. And then they said D was soluble. I'm just gonna also add HgCl2 will also form a precipitate. I'm just gonna say solution and reasoning is correct, but when the chlorine is bonded with a mercury, it will be insoluble. I'm just gonna say the solution was correct.